The PLTTRIM bulk data card used by the ZAERO, ZEUS, and ZONAIR codes can be used to view the static aeroelastic trim results in a trim analysis. Results from PLTTRIM are typically the aeroelastic trim deformation and/or the resulting pressure distribution. For this example case, we have output the deformation and pressure on the ZAERO trim test case 1, which is called HA144D, and is a forward swept wing aircraft model with a canard, and we've output the results in Tecplot format. So if we want to view these results in ZONA-MV, we select the Tecplot file option from the import menu option, and then we select the ZAERO output PLTTRIM file. For this case, it's called HA144DEF.plt. That contains the aeroelastic trim deformation for this case. So if we load that, then we can see the resulting trim deformation on this model. And if you happen to be interested in the details of the trim input setup for this case, we refer you to the ZAERO applications manual. So after loading the trim deformation, we can use the controls view rotation tools, for example, to rotate about Z or rotate about Y and so on, to view the deformation from different angles. And note that for this case we have control surface deflections here that were used in the trim analysis. Now if we look at the model from the front by using the controls view and clicking on the front arrow here, and we use the middle mouse button to zoom in and the right mouse button to pan, then we can see here, looking at it from the front, that we also have some wing twist and canard deflection that's happening from this trim analysis. To view other PLTTRIM output for this case, namely the pressure results, we can either restart ZONA-MV and load the new file, or we can click on the new document button to create a new document, and then again use the Tecplot import Tecplot menu option to load the PLTTRIM file containing the model and resulting trim surface pressures. So in this case we'll just click on create a new document, and we'll see that it creates a new tab here that's empty. We'll go back to the import menu tab, choose Tecplot file, scroll to the down to the file that we're interested in. Here it's called HA144DCP.plt. that was output from ZAERO. And then similar to the plot CP results that we showed that were presented in an earlier video, the contour dialog is used. So we click here on the controls view on the contour option, and to bring up the dialog we can either double click the legend here, we can move the legend and double click it to bring it up, or you can get at it from the plot menu here, either way to bring up the dialog. Then we select the variable of interest, and we notice that similar to the plot CP we have a real, imaginary, magnitude, and phase, but for the trim results the only values that are output are the real and the magnitude, which is the same. So you can select the real CP, set the number of levels if we want to increase that to 21, and click on preview changes, and then we can see the resulting pressure from the aeroelastic trim result on the vehicle. So for this test case, a half model is set up in ZAERO so that each half of the aircraft is displayed in separate zones. So we observe here that the lines of this zone are red and the lines of this zone are green. So if we wish to have them all be the same color, we can go over to the controls view, click on the zone settings tab, and select the first one with the first zone by highlighting it once, clicking on it once, hold the shift key, select the second zone so that we've selected both of them, go to the element colors tab and select a single color for both, and close the dialog. And then when we look at the model we see that we have that all the panels on both the left and right hand side of the aircraft have the same element colors.